Alright, we're out here on another glorious day. We're going to go more over the forward roll today and some different drills, things like that that are going to help you with better with your forward roll. Remember, forward roll gives you a lot of fun deals. You can learn how to do front tucks from it, front flips. Okay, you can do roll flips, which are a new thing now, kind of fun to do off of stuff. But pretty much if you have a solid forward roll, it's going to help you out. It's also good for your abdominals, arms, legs, good for mobility, and it's just good all around. All right, not the best thing to do is on concrete for like when you land, but there's the shoulder rolls for that. Okay, but this is a good one to do for tumbling. All right, so let's start out with basically arms. Okay. All right. So the thing about the arms, okay. You have to be willing to do a nice slow negative with your arms to make sure that your head doesn't hit the floor. Your head should never hit the floor when you do a forward roll. You go to your shoulder blades, okay, and the meaty part of your back. All right. So pretty much you can see with my arms I do kind of the slow negative in order to get myself into that roll position. All right, tucking the head in. So from here, let's just say I'm starting from right here again. Okay. I have my hands right here for now. Then from this position, I'm going to be bending, okay? Bending the arms, do a slow negative to your shoulder blades. It's kind of scary for some people at first. Just got to get over the fear, doing on something soft at first, but tuck your head in. You got to get your hips past your shoulders, hips over your hands in order for you to roll forward. So from here, tucking the head in, hips have to go beyond, and then I'm there, okay? Very slow, going to your back. Here comes the ATV guy. Okay, again, watch as I say my hips have to get past my hands in order for me to roll forward, because you're shifting your weight past your balancing point, and that's what makes you roll, okay? I've seen a lot of people do this, and I've seen a lot of people do this. When they try to do it, they don't get their hips past, and they hit their head, like, keep hitting my head, and they fall to the side. It usually looks something like this. They go here, and they go, okay, and they roll sideways. That's because they never got their hips past their hands. All right, you got to get that happening. You got to allow yourself to get into that falling position. All this stuff is just controlled falling. That's all movement is. All right, so little weight shifts and weight transfers and stuff. One more time, hands here, tuck the head in. Okay, slow negative, hips go past the hands, and you roll through. All right. Now, if you're allergic to grass, you should do this on a mat, or you can do it on sand or dirt or anything like that. But if you're going to do this outside without any equipment, you can do it on carpet too. Do you expect it to get a little dirty? All right, that's kind of part of it. If you want to put down the money to go practice at a gym, go put down the money. All right. Anyway, moving on from there. So there's a slow negative with the arms. So push-up will help you because it gets you stronger arms for the slow negative. Okay. Next thing is just learning how to go from your back and shoulder blades up to your feet. This can be a burden for some people because they have a hard time actually getting on their feet. They feel like they fall backward. So nice if you have the loss of mobility in the hips and the ankles. This can be a burden for some people, okay? So here we go with that part. Pretty much I'm going to start you on your back and you go do these things just called rock and rolls, all right? I work with kids all day, by the way, so we have some funny names for things. But pretty much from your back position, okay? We're going to rock forward and backward, and our goal is pretty much to go from our shoulder blades, so the end halfway through the roll, and then going to try and go up to the top of the roll. So from here I'm going to rock back, I'm going to rock forward, rock back, forward. You notice I'm trying to transfer my weight. I'm trying to transfer my weight to my heels, okay? Some of you can do it with your feet together, it might be possible. Some of you are going to have to go a little bit wider, but I'm always reaching, trying to get my shoulders over my feet. Remember, you're trying to rock back and forth to get your shoulders and also your hips past your feet, okay? That way it kind of brings you forward. Some other things you can think about is trying to do one forward roll into the other, or doing one rock and roll into the other. So from here, all right, if I'm having trouble getting up out of my forward roll, I would rock back, I'd rock forward, and then I prepare myself for a second one. So it keeps your momentum going forward, okay? So from here, a little further back. From here, I would rock back, rock forward, and immediately try to get forward to my hands. All right, and that would start making it so I'm putting my momentum forward and help me get past that. That's another thing you can do from your forward roll. All right. Also, I want you to pay close attention to when you're on your back, what your legs are doing, because that's going to teach you about heel drive. All right, and heel drive helps you in the middle of flips to speed them up, and also from the very beginning, that way you're not just driving your head down to the floor, and you're actually getting some rotation out of that. I'll show you that in a second. All right, moving forward. So I was talking about heel drive from on your back. What you're going to see here is that once my feet and my whole legs, everything right there, once I push that past my hips and I'm rotating it, so you'll see that when I'm on my back, when my legs go like that, okay, that's initiating a heel drive. And that's what gets you actually flipping over. It's the lower half of your body that's flipping, not the upper half, okay? Even though in a forward roll you put your hands down first because you're taking contact with the ground, when you're in the air, you're not dropping your chest down first. You're actually kind of pull your lower half up and over the top of your shoulders, and then you chase after with your upper body. That's a different day. I have a tutorial on that already about front flips. Okay, maybe I'll make another one soon. Maybe that's me some new concepts. But anyway, so I'm on my back. Okay, notice how when my heels and my hips and everything, pretty much my legs kick through. Okay, it causes me to get a little more momentum, and then I chase after with my upper body. So I'm here, and the legs go, and then the upper body. Okay, here, legs go, upper body. Again, here, legs go, upper body. This is also a way we start learning how to do kip-ups, which is going to be the next thing we're going to be working on, other tutorials later on. But anyway, so that's some heel drive that's going to help you get up. Another thing you can do, all right, is just keep reaching forward with your hands. People will come up and they're like, oh, then they drop down, put their hands back. Wherever you're putting your hands, it's pretty much where your body's going to end up traveling, because you're like, I'm following that way, I'll reach that way. Even if you don't get all the way up, keep reaching forward. Like, for example, let's say I was finishing my roll, I'm coming forward, and I'm like, and I drop back down in my hips. That's better than doing this and putting your hand back like that, all right? Because that's going to, once you get used to actually completing the move and going forward with the move. Pretty much, so the more you keep reaching forward, the better. So let's say I just keep reaching forward the whole time. I'm like, oh, I'm there. All right, and then you stand up. So I'm going to go through the whole forward roll motion again, which you saw on the 4 basic things: forward roll, backward roll, handstand, and cartwheel. All right, and just show you the whole motion. I'll put this camera back up. So here's the whole motion of the forward roll. I'll show you from each angle. So traveling this way, arms are up straight, bending forward, bend the knees, tuck your head in, slow, negative, stand up, okay, I'll go this way, hands down, tuck your head in, bend the knees, up, toward the camera, here, up, away from the camera, up. One more thing, if you don't have the flexibility to touch the ground when you're doing a forward bend, prior to getting into the forward roll, you can always bend your legs. So if you can't touch the floor like this, which I can because I do that a lot, you can actually start with your legs bent. That's no problem. Okay? Absolutely no problem. Try to actually go from the farthest stretch you can so you start developing that forward flexibility. Maybe it's only here. Maybe it is only here. All right? But try to get where you feel a little bit of a stretch in your hamstring. Then you start to actually use that active stretch, all right? And the mobility going in there. So if you need to, start as low as you want, but still realize you got to get your hips over the wrists, past the hands, in order for you to roll forward. All right? Otherwise, you just fall over the side like an Oompa Loompa. Okay? I think that's it for now, as far as forward rolls go. Also, think about your shape. There's many different shapes you can do with a forward roll. You can do it in tuck, straddle, and even in pike. I'll show you that right now. Okay? So, different roll variations. I'll go more in depth into this in a different one as well. But you have your tuck shape roll. Let's see, I'll go this way. So you have your tuck shape roll, which is here. When I hold a tuck shape, which is pretty much a ball shape right there, have your straddle roll. I'll do that toward the camera because it makes more sense. And you do this in the straddle. Okay, and you stand up, and then pike roll is the hardest one. I'll do that in an angle. Okay, it's the hardest one because you got to push really hard, and I usually don't make this one very often. So from here, oh, almost made it. Okay, but yeah, that one's a hard one too. So you have different shapes you can do with it. The bottom line is you still got to get your hips over the shoulders. Shoulders have to go over the hands. All right, that's it for right now. We'll do backward roll tomorrow.